Hey you weirdos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Shatzer. And today I have an ultra cheesy horror flick lined up for us. It is Fritz Botker's 1960 obscure classic. It is Horrors of Spider Island. And guys, this one is just complete cheese, complete ridiculous, weird stuff. So let's dive into this, I don't even know what you want to call it, but it's a horror film. Here is Horrors of Spider Island. Horrors of Spider Island, aka Body in the Web, aka It's Hot in Paradise, is an outstandingly silly German horror film, which is dripping in camp flavor and abundant in ridiculous cult wackiness. Filmed in a rich tropical setting and presented in the most outrageous of ways, this is one horror production that relishes in its 60s era trappings, while almost solely focusing on the boundless bevy of beauties that the flick has to offer. If you get a kick out of schlock cinema and obscure cinematic wonders, then give this one a shot. This is weird cinema at its most obscure and wildest. The film follows an all-female dance troupe, who along with their manager become stranded on a tropical island after their plane crashes into the ocean. Lost in the middle of nowhere, the group finds shelter in an old cabin, but unfortunately for them, the island is inhabited by a deadly radioactive spider who bites their manager and transforms him into a ghoulish monster with a hefty appetite for beautiful young flesh. Now it's up to the young dancers and two on-leave sailors to fight for their very lives and destroy the mutated monster, before they all fall prey to the venomous bite of this inhuman beast. As far as casts go, Horrors of Spider Island is a cornucopia of strange characters and breathless beauties as far as the eye can see. Unusually unhinged and tepidly performed, it's completely corny in its presentation, and the cast do a remarkable job in maintaining that obscure persona that entertains to virtually no end. Alexander Darcy takes on the dual role of manager Gary Webster, and the atrocious Spider-Man monster that is the main antagonist of the flick, and he does so in the weirdest of ways. Cheesy to the utmost last, Darcy along with the rest of the cast revel in the lowbrow nature of the film, giving an unforgettable odd performance that gels perfectly with the stupid silly outlook of the production, which honestly just aims to entertain. With a long list of beauties like Helga Neuner, Dorothy Parker, Gary Sammer, Eva Schalland, and Helma Vandenberg, the obvious main focal point of the production is just an excuse to get a gaggle of gorgeous women on screen, and for me the formula works wonders. Completely sleazy in its attempts to entice its audience with its immeasurable amount of skin, Horrors of Spider Island is more of a voyeuristic romp through a tropical photoshoot gone to hell. The mixture of scantily clad women and laughably horrific moments of schlock horror is a cult classic recipe for unbound dubious cult cinema, and the combo is without a doubt silly and profusely ridiculous. This remarkably weird approach makes the entire production seem shot on the fly, which in hindsight just adds to the unusual charm of the film. From its dastardly dumb-looking depiction of the venomous spider that starts the madness of the film, to the eventual transformation of the spider beast in its grotesque hybrid form, the movie just really lays it all out in silly reckless abandon. Classy this production is not, as it purely focuses on the bodacious Eurobabes of the film and the various stages of dress, or undress as it were, that they display as the heat begins to turn up and the savage nature of the film begins to run wild. Honestly, I felt the amateurish presentation of the movie and the lowbrow personality of the production to be the main pull of this profusely silly film, and the schlock approach is greatly appreciated and wholly entertaining. If you're into wild, weird cinema that has no ulterior motives other than to entertain you with wonderfully strange flair, then give this one a go. It will never win any awards, but the honest approach to its exploitative elements is one that genuinely entertains and especially boggles the mind. In the end, Horrors of Spider Island is a trashy cult classic flick with deplorable content and low-budget quality that ends up being its most treasured asset. In simple terms, bring on the sleaze. And there you have it, my fellow weirdos. That is the ultra weird Horrors of Spider Island. Just a production that is really like no other. B-grade weirdness at its best. But guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that review, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you with the next movie review. Take care. Trapped in the web of love.
trapped, I'm trapped, trapped in the web of